I don't think that Israel advocacy can be the core of a person's Jewish identity, because at the end of the day, Israel doesn't make any sense and any difference unless it's about the healing of something much more core. I don't believe that one can have a profound Jewish identity these days without a profound connection to the Jewish state. It's a personal opinion, one can disagree. But I don't think that a profound connection to the Jewish state makes much sense without a commitment to the larger enterprise of what Jews are all about. Which comes back with Tali also, I think, right in the back, right? My daughter's name is Terence, that's why it was easy for me to remember. I'm terrible with names, but I would say that it comes back to that too. At the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there in Silicon Valley speaking Hebrew because, as we were saying before about the boycott, there are opportunities out there that a country of 6, 7, 8 million people can't provide. However, the people who are here that you're talking about now, it's not their fault that they're thinking about not staying here. It's our fault. It's this country's fault. It's an educational system that either marginalized or eradicated any serious conversation about what's Jewishness all about. And I don't mean religious Jewishness. I just mean Jewishness, 2,000 years of culture. Ben-Gurion and Bialik and Brenner and all of those guys, all very different one from the other, had no conception about how successful they would be. What was their success? They wanted to eradicate the Judaism of old and create something new and secular here. They had no idea how quickly, in the space of 50 years, you would create people who not only had walked away from Europe, but who actually didn't even know what it was that they had once walked away from. And that is the tremendous chasm that Israeli education now faces. We cannot expect people to stay here as opposed to going to Silicon Valley unless people can begin to articulate what's the value of Jewish life in the cultures of the world, and what does Judaism have to say to me as a human being that I would be bereft without. I think there's a lot that Judaism has to say. And I think once you care about that, then you care about the flourishing of the Jewish people. And once you care about the flourishing of the Jewish people, you gotta care about this place, whether you're right wing or left wing or in the middle or confused. And I mean that really very seriously. But I think that Israel advocacy as a cornerstone, unrelated to a larger sense of the critical nature of Jewish flourishing, not only for the world, but for my own personal, spiritual, etc., that is not going to work. And so I think you've put your finger on a very, very important issue, which is not an advocacy issue per se, but it's an educational and communal issue in the diaspora, but no less so inside the state of Israel.
Final word.